What's going on YouTube world? Austin Lewis here, coming to you guys with another video. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys how I reached over 100 ATMs, but more importantly, how I got 98 of my ATM machines for free. Now again, make sure and stay to the very end of this video because I'm going to share with you guys my tips and tricks that I have that I'm going to share with you that is going to allow you to do roughly the same thing. So let me take you back to my journey, but before I do that, make sure and smash the thumbs up button on this YouTube video. Make sure and come subscribe if you guys are brand new here. Make sure and leave a comment what your guys' thoughts are on this video, or how many ATMs you're currently at and how many you're actually looking to get to. So let me take you back to my journey. I ended up installing an ATM inside of a barbershop. This particular barbershop started paying us anywhere from $300 to $600 a month, every single month after month. Then about a month later, I ended up finding a marketplace. This marketplace, I ended up installing a Gen Mega 2500. I ended up actually taking both of these locations, okay, taking both of these machines, profiting anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month. At the end of it, I was able to average out around $750 to $800 a month with these two locations. Now what I did is I had a good mentor that came to me that said, Austin, what you need to do now is you don't have any more capital. You're not willing to invest into the ATM business anymore. I don't have any more money to invest in the ATM business anymore. What you need to do is you actually need to sell these locations, sell these routes, sell the contracts that you have with these particular locations. That's when I really quickly realized that, wow, the ATM business is so lucrative. You can take a ATM, you can take a location, you can take a contract that you have with the location. Let's say it is making $400 or $500 a month like my machines were doing, and you can times it by 12 or times it by 14 or times it by 15 months, depending on how long your contract is. And that's exactly what I did. These two particular ATMs that I got, these two particular ATMs that I had that were earning roughly $1,000 a month. What I had done is I ended up selling these two locations to investors that were looking to get into the ATM business, that were looking to earn that $400, $500, $600 a month. This individual ended up actually buying, I sold one of them to a different investor, and I sold the other one to a different investor, giving me roughly about $12,000 to $15,000 extra in my pocket off of my initial investment. Not including just that, but the residual income that I earned for probably roughly around 6 to 8 months. What I ended up doing is I ended up taking the profit of my 12 to 15 grand that I got. I went out there and bought 4 ATM machines. So I just went from 2, I doubled it now to 4. I then installed these 4 locations, these 4 ATMs inside locations that then all each did exactly the same numbers. If they didn't do the same numbers as my ATM, I did have some ATMs that I put inside of a smoke shop that only made me about $73 a month. I would then pull that ATM and reinstall it in a new location where I then could earn anywhere from $300 to $500 a month. I particularly got pretty lucky. My locations were doing $400, $450 a month. And when I did that, I then went ahead and said, you know what, here's the deal and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rinse and repeat the same thing that I did with my first 2 ATMs with 4 ATM machines. So just quickly understand the math, just quickly understand what the potential for your particular ATMs really is. Now, if you can scale to 2 ATMs and you have all that money, let's say you get good locations, you're able to sell it to an investor for 15 grand. You take that $15,000, it's making $1,000 a month, and that person's happy, they pay 15 grand, they're making $1,000 a month. You take that 15 grand, buy more machines, install 4 new ATM locations, get them each, now they're making $2,000 a month between 4 of them, okay? Let's say you get them making $500 a month. Now you have 2 locations. Guess what you can sell that for? You can sell that for $30,000, making $2,000 a month, okay? Depending on how long the contracts are, you can do more. Now you have $30,000. You just spent less than 15, roughly 24 to 2,500 times 4 machines, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You just spent $11,000. You are then reselling those machines for $30,000. You're putting $30,000 plus another 3 to 4 months of profit inside your pocket. Now you roughly have $32,000 to $34,000 in cold hard liquid cash. Now, instead of going out there and installing and getting 4 ATM machines, now you're gonna just double up, okay? And if you were to do the math, can get you roughly 12 ATM machines. Now, let's obviously decrease that by a lot. Let's just talk about 8. So you just went from 2 to 4 to then 8. That's exactly what I did. I had 2 machines. I sold those 2 machines for 15 grand. I then took that 15 grand, bought 4 machines, put some cash in my pocket. I then sold those 4 ATM machines for 30 grand. I was able to profit for a couple of months, so I have 32 grand now. I'm able to buy 12 and a half machines. I'm able to buy 12 machines with that $32,000, but I want to put some of it in my pocket as well as scale correctly. So now you went from 2 ATM machines to 4 ATM machines to now 8 ATM machines. And now if you were to get these particular ATM machines earning $300 to $500 a month, you are then able to sell it for roughly $60,000. And now you have $60,000 in cold hard cash that you're then going to go from 8 ATMs to 16 ATMs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what they considered the Burr method when it comes to real estate, okay? Get a real estate, get a piece of property, pay off this property with as much money as potentially possible, okay? And then double up, take all of the profits from this particular property and throw it into the next property. Now take the rent that this person is profiting. Let's say you're profiting $1,500 a month on this rent and the mortgage is 100% paid for. You're now taking that $1,500 a month. You're buying it you're buying into a second property. You're taking the second property's mortgage, the rent that people are paying. Let's say the mortgage is $1,000 a month and you're getting $1,000 a month. Now you're paying $1,000 a month towards the mortgage. Now you're paying an extra $1,500 a month from the mortgage because you're taking that second property, the first property's rent, and paying the second property's mortgage down even faster. So now technically on paper, you're paying $2,500 a month towards this property. So now instead of owing, $88,000, now you're owning 87, 86, 85, 84, 83 as months and months and goes on. You're able to pay off the properties faster. Once you get a third property, you're having the first 2 properties then pay the third one off, and just so forth and so on. That's exactly what it is in the ATM business. Not only are you getting 2 ATMs and selling these to individuals or investors that are looking for the solid passive income, that have contracts, you have contracts with the location, you have a good standing relationship with the business, you're then able to flip your ATM machines and your profits to then be able to purchase more ATMs. I have a lot of individuals, I have a lot of students, I have a lot of mentees, I have a lot of people that come to me and sell me their ATMs because 1, I have a lot of buyers, 2, I'm a buyer myself, and 3, they're looking to liquidate, take their cash, their good location, and run into bigger and better things. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how I received over 98 free ATM machines in my business. I have over 100 ATM machines. The ATM trailer is one of them, and that's how I did it. I then obviously am going to continue this business. I'm going to go to 200 ATM machines, and I will in fact share with you guys exactly how much money I earn with that. And if you guys are interested in that, then make sure and drop in the comment section down below. Make sure and subscribe if you guys are brand new here, and give this video a thumbs up because obviously this video deserves a thumbs up thanks to you guys that are watching. So that's the process. That's exactly what I did to scale over 100 ATM machines with my first 2 machines. I just rinsed and repeated the entire process rather than just taking my 2 machines and keeping my 2 machines, because there is going to be a lot of people in the comment section down below that are saying, Austin, why wouldn't you just keep the residual, take the residual and pay and buy more ATMs? That's not what my goal was. My goal was not to scale one ATM at a time. My goal was to scale and double each and every single time. So off of my first two, I was able to scale to 4 machines. Off of my 4 machines, I was able to scale to 8 machines. Off my 8 machines, I was able to scale to my 16 machines. Off my 16 machines, I was able to scale to 32 machines. Off 32 machines, every 3 months, ladies and gentlemen, off 32 machines, I was able to scale 64 machines. And then once I got to around there, I was then able to buy other locations, buy other contracts in places that I wanted to place my ATM. That way I could actually legitimately scale without actually doing all of the work. Today, we roughly own anywhere from Las Vegas to Washington to Florida to New York to California to Denver, Colorado to New Jersey to New Hampshire to Ohio to literally almost every state, Las Vegas, of course, and we are able to scale to these areas simply because, one, I do not load a lot of machines anymore. I only load about 4 or 5, and I only load 4 or 5 currently right now just because I want it for social media. And again, at the end of the day, no questions, ands, ifs, or buts. That's the only way you're going to be able to scale to 100 ATM machines, because you personally loading and owning 100 ATM machines isn't even possible. It doesn't even make sense. A lot of people don't even have the type of capital to be able to load these machines, nor do you want to buy yourself a job. You want to buy yourself passive income. So ladies and gentlemen, that's what I strongly suggest on how to build your business. Get 2 ATM machines, get an ATM machine making $300, $400, $500 a month, sell it to an investor for a decent price, be able to purchase more ATMs. That is exactly what I did to now have over 100 ATM machines and receive 98 ATM machines for free. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys would do me a favor, make sure and smash the thumbs up button. Make sure and drop in the comment section down below what your guys' thoughts were on this video. Make sure and come subscribe. If you guys are brand new here, Austin Lewis saying we'll see you guys in a future YouTube video.